Hey there, you're watching Holy Popcorn, and right now you'll learn about the most interesting releases of April. Ripley. April kicks off with yet another adaptation of Patricia Highsmith's novels about the charismatic conman Tom Ripley. Andrew Scott transforms into a polite and inventive young man who travels to Italy to bring back the son of a prominent businessman. However, after tasting the luxurious life, the character deviates from the original plan and gets entangled in a series of complex events involving deceit, scams, and even murder. The film with Matt Damon and Jude Law solidified and popularized Mr. Ripley's story among cinema enthusiasts. Despite the scammer's fate being well known to many, the noir series by Netflix looks quite intriguing. Moreover, at the helm of this stylish, oppressive narrative is Steven Zaillian, the writer of magnificent Hollywood scripts such as Schindler's List, Gangs of New York, The Irishman, Moneyball, Hannibal, and is confident that this new interpretation of Ripley will continue the renowned filmmaker's successful career. Breathe. The action of this post-apocalyptic film unfolds in the future, where an oxygen shortage has turned Earth into a deadly wasteland. The survivors hide in bunkers equipped with oxygen generators, over which brutal confrontations occur. At the heart of the story is a mother and daughter, and it's at their door in one of the few safe havens that a suspicious couple knocks, led by Milla Jovovich's character, who claims to know the whereabouts of their father, the ingenious scientist. This tense tale of trust and survival currently seems like a low-budget production, with a significant portion of the budget seemingly allocated to Jovovich. The only thing that might attract attention is that the script for Last Breath was included in The Blacklist in 2019, an annual compilation of the best unproduced stories. These scripts regularly turn into quite successful and box office hit films. Star Trek Discovery. As the inaugural series of Paramount's rebooted Star Trek universe approaches its conclusion, it's clear that while it was the first, it was far from the best. The crew of the Discovery embarks on their final adventure across the galaxy, hoping to uncover a mysterious ancient force that, inevitably, a host of villains are also after. For those who've managed to stick with the series through to its 5th season, the finale promises something special. Beyond the usual moderate dose of epic, the creators have prepared a particular surprise for the fans. And yes, Discovery does have its devotees, possibly involving a notable cameo appearance. Sugar. Colin Farrell steps into the role of a private detective tasked with finding the missing granddaughter of a powerful Hollywood producer. True to the genre's conventions, this new case becomes a turning point for the detective, who's been beaten down by life. Sugar will have to confront a dark past and unravel the many twisted secrets of his client's mysterious family. As hinted by the trailer with its voiceover narration by the protagonist, music, and an air of melancholy, the series will employ noir elements. It appears that Farrell's character and the plot draw heavily on the precedents set by serial genre counterparts like Ray Donovan, The Lincoln Lawyer, and Perry Mason. Scoop. After the final 6th season of The Crown, Netflix, together with the series' acclaimed director, plans to extend its exploration of the British royal family's life into a feature film, despite continuing in a full-length format. Titled Scoop, the film will delve into the career and reputation collapse of Prince Andrew, focusing particularly on the journalist's dogged efforts to extract the truth through any means necessary. The plot thickens as Gillian Anderson's character, after a pivotal hour with the Duke of York, portrayed by Rufus Sewell under heavy prosthetics, unveils startling revelations. The narrative will explore his association with a billionaire sex trafficker, involvement in sex slavery, and entanglement in a web of secret intrigues. Scoop promises a deep dive into the scandalous interview details, unveiling the royal family's hidden scandals. Alex Rider. The MI6 recruited teenager returns with the 3rd and final season. This adaptation of Anthony Horowitz's spy series brings the book Scorpia to the small screen. Having left the department, Alex, along with his friends, will face off against the main enemy, a powerful criminal syndicate terrorizing England with innovative and deadly weaponry. At times, a naive, action-packed series imbued with the spirit of iconic spy franchises, the second season didn't quite deliver in terms of dynamics and realism. This was noted not just by viewers, but more importantly, by the creators, who have promised to rectify past mistakes and surprise with an explosive, thrilling, and plot-twisting finale. Parasite. Yeon Sang-ho, the director behind the solid zombie horror Train to Busan, continues his collaboration with Netflix, and after a decent showcase of supernatural justice in Hellbound, he has directed another multi-episode project. The story revolves around humanity's brutal confrontation with aliens who descend from the sky, take over our bodies and minds, and consume other humans. While the series also features a heroine whom the parasite fails to fully subdue, it will not be tied to the plot of the original manga or its anime adaptation, instead telling a new story within the same universe. The director is undoubtedly skilled at blending familiar genre techniques into something truly unique, so the only current concern is the graphics. The aliens, much like the monsters in Hellbound, appear somewhat lackluster and not particularly terrifying. Civil War. A24, the independent studio known for breaking the mold of the film industry, is set to release its most ambitious blockbuster yet, helmed by acclaimed sci-fi writer Alex Garland. The film unfolds in the near future, focusing on a fierce conflict that leads to the disintegration of the USA into separate independent states. Brave correspondents witness the devastating destruction, encounter armed factions, total chaos, and strive to document the fateful events. Meanwhile, Europe is likely to be deeply concerned. This unique allegory on the potential consequences of elections looks epic, and at the trailer stage, it resembles a classic action movie about a fierce fight for the White House. However, you can be sure that the director's unique vision will bring a fresh perspective to conventional concepts. Anthracite. This French thriller takes viewers to the picturesque Alps, where 30 years after a mass occult suicide, the body of a woman killed in a similar manner is discovered. Alongside a team of detectives, the prime suspect in the gruesome crime, a young man and the daughter of a missing journalist, endeavor to uncover the truth. As showcased by the vibrant trailer set to the iconic track What Is Love by Hathaway, the fates of the characters are intertwined, sharing a common past, and their involvement in the case is far from coincidental. Ritualistic murders, mysterious cults, and a complex investigation are still a winning formula, and for detective fans, Anthracite may have several intriguing twists in store. Fallout. This new narrative, aligned with the Fallout universe, unfolds 219 years post-nuclear war, continuing beyond the timeline of the existing franchise. It centers around an eclectic trio who, as the plot thickens, must band together to pursue a mysterious common goal. The eagerly awaited adaptation of the legendary post-apocalyptic video game series, a project that Hollywood moguls have long dreamt of, is finally hitting screens. Directed by Jonathan Nolan, known for his ingenious depiction of the Wild West, the series will transport us into a retro-futuristic world of tomorrow. Fallout trailer is captivating, introducing us to this world and its characters while keeping us on the edge of our seats. The expectations for the series are sky high, so we're keeping our fingers crossed that it delivers a wildly adventurous story, complete with the franchise's signature oppressive atmosphere, brutal realism, and dark humor. Franklin. The miniseries Franklin transports viewers to the late 18th century, showcasing Benjamin Franklin, politician, inventor, philosopher, writer, Freemason, and one of the founding fathers of the USA, as he embarks on the greatest adventure of his life. During the American War of Independence, Michael Douglas's character undertakes a secret mission to France. It is here that Franklin must navigate through conspiracies, betrayal, and deception, hoping to execute his cunning plans, secure support, and fight for the cherished freedom of his country. As Apple TV expands its capabilities, the streaming service is sparing no expense on new projects, which is evident in every frame of the series. Franklin promises to be a high-quality and grand production. According to the creators, viewers can expect not just visually pleasing scenes, but also a plethora of intrigue, as the biopic is touted to be closely aligned with the narrative style of political thrillers. The Sympathizer. The director of the cult classic Oldboy returns with another multi-episode project steeped in espionage, following the underrated The Little Drummer Girl. Based on the adaptation of the eponymous novel, the story revolves around a South Vietnamese communist spy who flees to the USA, becomes an advisor on a Hollywood film set, and finds himself torn between two worlds. Interestingly, the main character's spy skills will be honed by a character played by Robert Downey Jr., who, as hinted by the trailer, will get to showcase his acting prowess in several distinct roles. The Sympathizer will intertwine elements of thriller and satire, and of course, will be imbued with the director's signature dark and stylish vibes. Love Lies and Bloodshed. This is another feature film release in April from the recognized industry innovators A24 Studio. Kristen Stewart stars as a reclusive gym worker who catches the eye of an ambitious athlete excelling in chemistry. This fateful encounter forever alters the protagonist's life, setting off a chain of bloody events, significantly involving the leader of a local gangster clan who is also Stewart's character's father. The film premiered at this year's Sundance Film Festival, where Love Lies and Bloodshed received mostly positive reviews. The film is described as an utterly unpredictable thriller that keeps you on the edge of your seat throughout. So, it seems that a bold adventure with a stylish, vivid depiction of 90s America, innocent signage, shootings, murders, and chases will indeed surprise us. Rebel Moon. Zack Snyder continues the story of Cora, who, alongside newly found friends and residents of a peaceful village, will attempt to stand against a mighty empire. Rebel Moon was one of the biggest disappointments of last year, as inflated expectations often lead to disillusionment. The first installment was visually appealing, yet awkwardly executed, offering a 2-hour exposition. Zack Snyder's attempt to wrap Akira Kurosawa's Seven Samurai concept within the trappings of a space opera was filled with unoriginal ideas, cliched plot moves, and borrowings. The New Galaxy and the finale of the first part might spark some interest, but overall, the director failed to lay a solid foundation for the development of his universe. I'll watch the second part, but it's hard to believe that a sequel or the promised R-rated extended version will rectify the dire situation. However, Snyder typically fares better in director's cuts. Them the Scare. Amazon's horror anthology returns with its second season, featuring a new story and new characters. As of now, there is neither a trailer nor an official synopsis available. It is only known that the series will unfold in the 90s, centered around the brutal murder of a detective's mother. The first season, which focused on the horrors encountered by the Emery family, was drawn out, but a decent entry in the supernatural horror genre, which isn't abundant among multi-episode projects. Evidently, the anthology will continue in Jordan Peele's characteristic style of addressing social themes and will follow the path trodden by Ryan Murphy, exploring the horrors of America. The Fall Guy. David Leitch, the director behind John Wick, Deadpool, and Bullet Train, brings another vibrant action-adventure to the screen. This loose adaptation of the 80s series stars Ryan Gosling as a once-famous stuntman who, as shown in the trailer, takes on a Superman-like role. The character will perform wild stunts, fly, catch fire, weep to Taylor Swift, and even investigate the murder of a movie star, and that's just a fraction of what the character is willing to do in hopes of helping his ex-girlfriend make her debut film win back love and prove he's the top stuntman. Promotional materials hint at a wild comedic action flick in store for us. Moreover, this project is quite personal for David Leitch. as he began his career in cinema performing complex and dangerous stunts. Therefore, we can be assured that the director has given his all to this work. Dead Boy Detectives. This mystical series about DC Comics characters created by Neil Gaiman has been in troubled production for about 3 years. It's only after moving under the Netflix umbrella that it will finally reach the small screens. The story centers on 2 boys who, after their deaths, remain in our world to investigate complex crimes linked to the supernatural. A young psychic will help the ghost detectives maintain their connection with our world. The series is set in the universe of The Sandman, which Netflix adapted and renewed for a 2nd season, so intriguing cameos are expected. Overall, Dead Boy Detectives appears to be an adventurous, supernatural teen procedural reminiscent of the unfairly cancelled Lockwood and Cobert series in vibe. Knuckles. The cinematic universe of the Swift Hedgehog, a cult character from Sega, is expanding. The events of this multi-episode spin-off will unfold after the finale of Sonic's sequel. As revealed by the trailer, Knuckles will take the deputy sheriff under his wing to guide the apprentice on the true path of a warrior while simultaneously battling cunning enemies who seek to steal his power. I haven't seen either the first or the second part of Sonic, but the series is expected to inherit its themes since the spin-off was written and directed by the creators of the original. Moreover, Knuckles will serve as a bridge to the 3rd part of the Hedgehog series, set to release at the end of the year. The Veil. While the feature film continuation of Peaky Blinders is being prepared for shooting, creator Stephen Knight will release a spy thriller starring Elizabeth Moss in the lead role. The actress will portray a seasoned MI6 intelligence officer tasked with finding a mysterious woman and preventing the death of hundreds of thousands of people. According to Knight, the miniseries will distill enormous, well-known global conflicts down to 2 individuals. It seems that amidst the usual spy backdrop, intrigue, deaths, and deception, the key role will be played by the interaction between 2 heroines who are on opposite sides of the law. However, as the trailer suggests, it's unclear which of them represents true evil.